Millions of us are being displaced and forced to reinvent ourselves, pivot within business, and scramble for relevance in a AI-dominated world. But here's the twist. This isn't the end. It's just a wake-up call. It is a call to adapt, to innovate, and to thrive. So stick around as we dive into how AI is reshaping careers and commerce and how you can stay ahead of the curve. We're going to do this together. I'm just starting my reinvention right now, and I'm going to do it right here on this YouTube channel. So if you want to see it done live without a net, stick around. If you are new to the channel, my name is Rob Jarrett. I'm a media producer and content creator with over 20 years in this game. And I've shot everything from indie films to corporate ads to product videos to people selling widgets online. Man, I've done it all. I made my money as a freelancer, and I worked for entrepreneurs. I worked for e-commerce. I created media and marketing content for small businesses and startups. And I've even worked for some bigger brands that we all know. But today, I want to talk to you about something that's happening, and it is a major pivot in my career. And I'm being forced to do it, but I also kind of don't mind. If you're in any kind of creative field, especially content creation or marketing, you either know about this or you are about to know about it. So let's go back to 2023. I had gigs. I had plenty of work to stay busy. You know, stuff like a local coffee shop would call me and say, hey, man, I need a slick promo video about our coffee shop. Or I'd get a call from a small business that would want like social media graphics or an email campaign. And all that was cool. You know, freelancing was my thing. I enjoyed it. It was flexible hours, a lot of variety, and the sweet satisfaction of turning a client's vague idea into something polished and professional. But now, things look totally different. They are radically different. It's an AI era, and it's a game changer. They've taken a massive bite out of the freelance market, the one that I relied on. But I am not here to bash AI. I'm actually a huge fan. I've spent the last few years learning it and integrating it into my workflow. But as someone who's built a career on crafting content for others, I had to face the music, man. AI is leveling the creation playing field. It's empowering everyone to be a mini creator, you know, which is awesome. It's great for the world, but it is brutal for freelancers like me who relied on sort of gatekeeping those skills and getting paid for them. And according to reports that I've read, the freelance creative market has shrunk by up to 30% in the last 2 years alone. And that's all thanks to AI. Platforms like Upwork and Fiverr are flooded with gigs, but rates are plummeting. I mean, why would someone pay $1,500 for a video when you can get an AI version for $5? And this hit me hard. At first, I resisted. I was pissed. I doubled down on the high-touch services, emphasizing my human creativity, my storytelling, my flair that AI couldn't replicate. And yeah, I mean, that works for premium clients. The volume dried up, and I found myself with more free time than projects. And staring at my calendar, the feeling of burnout started to creep in. And it was not from overwork, but it was from the uncertainty. And am I going to sit around and complain and long for the good old days before the robots took over? Hell no. So here's what I'm doing. AI isn't killing creativity. It's just shifting it. It's simplifying the basics. It's forcing us to level up. So I've decided to pivot from creating content for others to creating content for myself. And I'm working on building a personal brand around my experiences, my insights, and my expertise. And that is what I'm doing here. And not just surface level stuff either. I mean, I'm diving headfirst into the depths. I want to create content that will hopefully teach others how to navigate this new landscape. And it all starts with personal branding. So personal branding is the ultimate must-have, especially in this new AI world. Anyone can generate a pretty image or a catchy caption now, but No machine is going to be able to replicate you. Your unique voice, your stories, your hard-won lessons from decades in the trenches. I mean, I've got tales from directing shoots gone wrong to negotiating with super picky clients and spotting trends before they even blow up. And that shit is gold. By building a brand around that, I'm not selling interchangeable services. I'm selling me, authenticity, relatability, trust. These are currencies AI just can't mint. Trust is the most valuable currency humans trade in. And while I'm on this topic, if you are interested or even curious about personal branding, the who, what, why, when, where, and how, and check out the links below. I've got a couple free downloadable documents that will get you at least up to speed and probably headed in the right direction very quickly, faster than you would be able to do on your own. So think about it. In 2025, attention is the scarcest resource that we have. People aren't just scrolling for entertainment. They're seeking value. They're looking for transformation. They want to learn how to build their own brands, create content that stands out, or use AI without losing their soul. That's where my pivot shines. Instead of freelancing one-off projects, I'm creating scalable products and resources. An online course on AI-proof content creation strategies maybe, or, once you make it, it sells forever. Or how about an AI book on personal branding for creators? It's downloadable, passive income, digital templates for video scripts or social media plans. I mean, there it is, man. It's recurring revenue, and we can all do that. And I just started doing this. I'm starting to try to implement this on my brand new YouTube channel right here. And this will be my main stage. And if I can make it work, it will be sustainable. It won't be vulnerable to changing business landscapes. I'm most excited about this, man. It's something I can take deep into my life. And freelancing was feast or famine. 1 month would be slow, 1 month would be great. And then that slow month, you're stressed. Personal branding builds an audience asset. You need to grow your subscribers, and you've got a direct line to real buyers and clients. No more cold pitching clients. Your community comes to you. You've developed a relationship with them, and it's built on trust. Plus, it's fulfilling. I'm not just executing someone else's vision. I'm sharing mine. And this pivot isn't easy. It requires adaptation, growth, and scaling. And these are 3 of the 6 pillars that I will continue to talk about on this channel and that we must embrace to stay viable. And the first one is adaptation. The world doesn't owe you shit, man. It doesn't owe you a living, and it evolves. And so must we. Clinging to old models is like trying to sell typewriters in the smartphone era. AI is here to stay. So learn it. I've spent hours experimenting with tools using Grok for brainstorming, DALL-E for thumbnails. Adapt by integration. Use AI as a co-pilot, not a competitor. It frees you up to focus on high-level strategy like audience psychology or long-form storytelling. And second, growth. This pivot forced me to upskill in areas that I have ignored before, areas like SEO, especially for YouTube. And I'm committed to mastering it. Email marketing, hell yeah, man. I'm checking that out hard right now. And building funnels, never done it before, but that's essential. So growth is a mindset. View challenges as opportunities. If AI took your gigs, what unique value can you offer now? For me, it's teaching how to pivot, how to draw from my experience, reflect on my wins and my losses. What problems have I solved or created? And how and who can I help do the same? Third is scaling. Freelancing caps your income to a degree because you only have so many hours in a day. And personal branding, though, is at an infinite scale. We create once and we sell many. We can use platforms like Teachable for courses, Gumroad for digital products. We can automate with tools like Zapier. We can connect your YouTube to an email list and trigger welcome sequences. Collaborate, be a guest on a podcast, have guests on your podcast, co-create with other creators, and measure and track the metrics like engagement rates, conversion funnels. Scale smart, start small, and follow your metrics and your feedback. And if this sounds like something you're into, subscribe and let's build a community of like-minded individuals, because together we can get through the obstacles and the hurdles. Building an audience takes time. Consistent posting, engaging comments, optimizing for algorithms, and we're going to have this thing called impostor syndrome, which is, who the hell am I and who am I to teach anybody anything? But remember, man, expertise is relative. If you've got 20 years on something, you're ahead of 90% of the pack. And rejection, well, part of the game. Early content is going to bomb. I really believe, that is the learning curve. But I'm going to analyze, tweak, and try to do better next time. We have to adapt, grow, and scale, because what is the alternative? It's obsolescence. Industries like Blockbuster ignored Netflix. Kodak dismissed digital cameras. And in content creation, AI is our disruptor. But disruption creates opportunity. For all of you watching today, if you're a freelancer feeling the squeeze, a small business, owner that is a little bit overwhelmed by all this AI, or just someone curious about personal branding, take some action today and get ahead of the curve. It's still early, and I think there's plenty of time for us to have a piece of it. So don't think of it as a career shift. It's a mindset upgrade. From service provider to thought leader, from trading time for money to creating lasting value. AI is not going to end my career. I will reinvent it. And it can do the same for you. If this resonates, man, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. What is your biggest AI challenge or fear? Let's chat. Links in the description for my free guide on starting your personal brand. I hope you take advantage of that. It is a great way to get started and quickly get your focus where it needs to be. I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you do come back. Stick around, watch some more videos. I will see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. I am out.